Madison, where are these magical people that are high quality supposed to come from? Where am I going to meet them?
I don't know anybody. I live in a small town. I spend all my time working.
Excuses. Should you fly somebody out to spend time with you? That means getting them a plane ticket. This video is for the high value man or the high value woman that is considering this as an option. This is for you if you maybe met somebody on vacation, you had a great time in Miami and you want to get to know them better. Or you live in a small town, you want to expand your dating options. Maybe you're a high professional and it's hard for you to date people on the same level. This video is not really for the broke college student who's living in their mama's basement, sleeping on the couch, eating Doritos. So I'm gonna break down here for you this process. I've done it, man, in extreme detail, from flying people out to the Great Wall of China to hold cameras for me while I shoot videos, to hanging out in Egypt at the pyramids. And also, to be honest, my assistants have done this. I've taught this to them as well, where they're just like hanging out at the house and they want somebody to come by and visit them for 3 days and have a really chill experience in the house, drinking wine, eating charcuterie boards.
Ladies, be prepared for the come over, okay?
That's who this video is for. So, we're gonna break this out step by step, in detail, my exact process. And no matter what your budget is, you can do this. This is a budget for somebody in America that can afford a $400 round trip. If you're in Europe and you could afford a 200 euro trip, maybe on an EasyJet round trip, and we'll think about it as a possibility internationally. Only do this if you're already in an existing established relationship. That's the only time you would do this. Now, this video, man, took a lot of effort to make. Took a lot of time to create this content. Took 10 years of putting it together, my personal experiences, and drawing from my assistants as well. So, help me out here. Help me out by leaving a like on this video. If you leave a like, it greatly enhances the channel. YouTube loves it. It helps the channel out because YouTube algorithms are a biatch sometimes, all right? Without further ado, let's crack into the content. So, here's the formula I want you to think of. The formula is this: intentions plus reliability plus connection equal yes. You need all three of those things to make it worth it of flying somebody out. Let's talk about intentions. Is the person even on the same page when it comes to meeting you? Are they on the same page with like what dating actually looks like? You know, basically it's this word here, it's gonna scare a lot of people off, but effort. Ask them, are they willing to put in the effort to meet a great person? Because a lot of people believe like, it should just happen. It's meant to be if it meant to be. The right person will come along. My soulmate will appear. God will present them to me. And if that's the idea that they have, they're just kind of going to be going with the flow and they don't believe in investing. But the truth is, if you're flying somebody out, it's an investment for you. So you got to be very, very clear about that. Are they willing to put in the work? Because sometimes they're not. I had a woman, for example, beautiful woman, gorgeous woman, you know, hung around with rappers a lot and was really like top socialite in Miami. And I flew her out from Miami to Los Angeles. But unfortunately, because she had been around so many rappers and high level guys, in her mind, she's thinking of vacation. I'm like, yo, I gotta work at the same time. She's thinking, it's vacation. I wanna get drunk. I wanna drink. I wanna party. At first, she's like, yeah, it's okay, you're working. But she's like, she just wants to have fun. So with that vacation mentality, guess what? That means I'm also paying for every single meal that's happening. I'm paying for breakfast, I'm paying for lunch, for dinner, for 2 people over 4 days. And that adds up to like 3 times the price of the situation. So you gotta be very clear with them and say, hey, you coming to meet me is not a vacation. You coming to hang out with me is an opportunity for us to actually get to know each other better and go deeper in this relationship. The next one is reliability. I need to talk to somebody at least 2 or 3 times. That would be a good amount for the total before I fly them out. 2 times, 3 times, talking to them, video chat. And there are gonna be like scheduled calls that they gotta make. Why? Why is that important? Well, if somebody can't even make 2 or 3 times to call you, which is like 45 to an hour total, 15 minutes each call, they can't do that. What's the possibility of them actually being reliable and being serious about this? Anybody can make 1 good first impression, but can they make the good second and third impression? Right? Also, what about your flights to just come out and meet you? Situation me again, I flew somebody out and this person wasn't very reliable. This person got into a fight apparently with the taxi driver on the way to the airport and they ended up missing the flight. It was a 5-hour delay until they can get onto the next plane. So we essentially missed the whole day together because they got in at like 11 o'clock at night or midnight. We missed the whole day together we could have spent because they were not reliable, right? It comes back and it bites you in the ass because it shows you how serious that person really is. Like Ralph Waldo Emerson says, what your behavior says is more than your words could ever say. So that tells you a lot based on how reliable they are. The third one on this list is connection. Do you have a physical connection with the person? Now this is easier if you've already had some physical connection, dare I say intimacy with that person already, but maybe you're flying somebody out that you haven't had that with yet, all right? So you just gotta say, are they open to that idea of it? Because sometimes they're just thinking, I'm just gonna come and have fun and that's it. Yeah, and I'm gonna leave, it's a free trip, it's a free adventure, no expectations. Like, well, talk to them about this. Like, if we have a connection, everything's going great and the chemistry is there, are you open to the idea of a physical connection? Because listen, hugs and kisses are part of me getting to know somebody. I don't connect to somebody unless I have that. They might tell you straight up no. People will tell you that. Like 1 out of every 5 will tell you no. And then you're like, oh, it's just not for me. The point is, you want to tell them, hey, listen, there's no expectations. There's no expectations. Completely lower the downside for them. Tell them there's no expectations. Even ask them if they have a friend that's in the city. Hey, do you have a friend we're in Toronto right now in front of actually the Vought building from the Amazon The Boys show, right? And lots of people come to Toronto and say, hey, do you have any friends in Toronto that you might want to hang out with, that you can stay over if like things don't work out? Just put it out there. Also, if you're getting a hotel room, a king size suite is the same price as a room with 2 double beds. So say we can get 2 double beds, sleep in separate beds, it's totally fine, right? Put that out there. Make sure there's no downside, but make sure they're also open to the idea of physical connection. So now I've given you the formula. Intentions plus reliability plus connection equals yes.
Yes! Hell yeah!
So you need 3 things, unos, dos, tres, to make it work. Un, deux, trois. But what if 2 of these things are missing? So listen, let's say somebody just has 1. First of all, I just wouldn't even do it at all. I wouldn't fly them out. It's too risky. I just wouldn't even do it. You're making a financial and time investment here. It might not be worth it. And if they have 2 things that are good, well, now you got to decide if it's going to be worth taking that risk. Personally, this is what I would do. You don't have to do this, but I would say, listen, I really want to spend time with you. I'm definitely down for getting your outbound flight. Are you open to the idea of picking up that return flight? They may say yes, they may say no. If the person says, let me think about it, that's kind of like still a green light. If the person just like says no or just drops off communication, then they weren't really in it for you in the first place, were they? Because you were gonna invest way more into them and they can't invest $150 and they weren't really into it anyways, right? You were gonna pay for all the meals most likely and all that shit too, which is like hidden cost. So that's what I would do, in my personal experience. Now you might be saying to yourself,
Madison, where are these magical people that are high quality supposed to come from? Where am I gonna meet them? Where are they gonna come from?
I don't know anybody. I live in a small town. I spend all my time working. I don't get outside very much. I just blah, 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 blah.
excuses. I'll give you a solution to it right now. I made a program a little while ago called Get Your 10, which was all about becoming a 10 on 10 person internally and then meeting a 10 on 10 person. And you come together magically. Now, you might not have enough opportunities to meet 10s, but listen, they're all around you. And they're actually easier to meet than your run-of-the-mill average person. But you just have to be able to tap into those networks of 10s that are all around you. Tap into that network of high quality people that exist. They're out there, but you got to do the right things and say the right things to get the opportunity to accelerate in those areas and connections to get them, all right? And also to relate to them when you see them on the street. And walk up and introduce yourself and just, click with them on a deeper level. So what I recommend you do is you check out the program. And it's actually inside of my Madison Legacy Bundle, which is 91% off. So back in the day, this Get Your 10 program was $1,000. That was the bare minimum to get into it. And now it's like literally dirt cheap, okay? You get all that plus 2 other programs, Boston Bootcamp at Home, for 91% off. It's $197 for the package. It's really incredible. It's my life's work you're getting here, all right? 10 years of experience literally doing this, you're getting it inside this program. So check it out. We'll put the website right here, madison91.com. You're gonna get it, it's a no-brainer. You're gonna be so happy that I'm pestering you to get this. You're gonna be like, thank you so much for bringing this up over and over again. You finally pushed me over the edge to get it. A lot of people tell me that once they see me in the street, they're like, best investment I made all 2021. And I know you're gonna feel the same. So, signing off from where they shoot Amazon The Boys and having a good time. And as always, keep in touch and don't be a stranger. Cheers.